Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another ASEA Global Expansion Team Zoom. Tonight, we're going to talk about the new Renu Advanced Skincare System, which people are absolutely loving. We've got a whole panel of people. Yes, it's all women except for Bo. Bo's going to have to hold up the man part of the audience here. Again, I know we had the cell performance was all women too, but we'll have to tap into some more men. You can tell who builds this business, right? So we've got Michael Martin, we've got Nancy Walker, we've got Alana Rowe, and we've got Bo Buck, and we've got Jackie Wetzler. So thanks you guys so much for joining tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about the skincare. I know that each of these people are, Bo's using the skincare occasionally and parts of the skincare, but he can pipe up for good measure what, in what he's feeling. I know women are a little bit more passionate about their skin than men are typically, but men have skin that they got to take care of as well. So Michael, I know that how long have you been using the skincare? Since convention?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I actually started using it right before convention, pretty much right when I joined. So I joined February 28th. So I immediately ordered one of the old skincare lines. And I was apprehensive in the beginning because I'm like, I loved it so much that I'm like, what are they doing? This is fabulous. What are they messing it up for? You know, don't mess up a good thing. And, but at convention, I went ahead and of course picked up quite a few kits with me because I had to give them to a few different people in my family, and started using it right away, actually at convention. And I absolutely love it. I feel like it's made my skin smoother. I am one of those that had really horrible acne when I was younger. So I had some pits, not a lot, because luckily I had a family that took care of that early on. So, and that was way before all the drugs and all that kind of stuff that's out there now. But I've always been a big advocate of taking care of my skin because of the issues that I went through. And so I feel like it's like filled in all my little spots, the little dips, so to speak. I feel like my lines are getting plumper, not as sunken. I definitely can tell that my skin is not, for the lack of better words, ashen or gray, kind of almost sometimes. I think a lot of us, especially when you're ill, but my skin was just a little more in the darker, and it's definitely brighter, glows more. I've actually had a few people when I've been out and about say, oh, you have beautiful skin. What do you do? You know, and I am very big advocate. Since I hit my 50s, I don't wear makeup at all. First time I wore makeup in years was at convention. So I wear my lipstick and my earrings and I'm good to go. So I definitely has made my skin brighter, and I love it. Can't say enough about it. I know it's really helped my daughter. She had some of her acne type thing too, and it's definitely helped her skin there.
Yeah. So you start out with this foaming cleanser, and the foaming cleanser, it feels like shaving cream that you put on your skin. It's so luxurious, right? So you clean your face. I usually clean my face in the shower, and you clean it with this cleanser. And then you make sure that's all dried off, rinsed off and dried off. And then you put the toner, and I just put it on my hands. I don't know if you're using a pad or if you just put it on your hands, but I just put it on my hands, put it all over my face, my neck, and this chest area, and wait for that to dry, right? And after the toner, which I start to see a difference in your skin, I think, right after the toner, like, wow, something's happening, right? And then when that dries, you put on the Renu 28, because you got to have your cells talking, right? These are the signaling component is not in these products. The materials is there, the incredible nourishment for your skin, but the signaling component's not there. So we have to add the signaling molecules. And then after the Renu 28 dries, then I put on the serum, and I just put it a little bit in my hands and rub it all over. I love that serum. It is, all of a sudden you start to see, wow, there is something happening here. There is something happening here. And then after the serum, you wait till that dries and you put on the moisturizer, and you're good to go. And it sounds like a complex process. It's not. For somebody like me that's really never invested heavily in skincare, I love it because you start out with a light peach, and you go to the next darker, the next darker, the next darker, the next darker. You don't have to read anything, any labels or whatever. You just start light and go dark. So I love, I mean, it's a very thought out system, don't you think?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I've been using it also on, as we age, we get real crepey skin on our legs and on our arms. I'm hoping that down the road, they come out with a whole body. I mean, like a big bottle of it, but I've been using it after I get out of the shower. Then believe it or not, I do take, not every day, but I would say at least once or twice a week, I've been rubbing it, doing the whole step process on my arms, my forearms, and then like right above my knees where it's real crepey, and huge difference, huge difference.
Huh.
So, like I said, I don't do it every single time I shower, but I'd say once or twice a week I do that. And I can definitely see a huge difference.
There you go. Getting creative. I know it's like liquid gold. So you got to, decide where you're going to put it. Right?
Yes.
Let's see, Jackie. Jackie, I know you haven't hit your 50s yet. So
Not yet.
now, if you're a smart woman, investing in your health early in life so that you continue to have beautiful skin, into your ages as you get a little bit older, because it happens to all of us, believe it or not. So tell us why you love this skincare system.
I'll always remain getting carded.
Yeah.
No, but it's funny because that actually did happen a couple of weeks ago, but where my friend who's younger than me got carded and I didn't. So I said, well, it's got to be the stuff I'm using. But I've been using it for a good week. And as I told Cindy, and she probably saw it, but I did a before and after picture. And it's on my Instagram story. And I noticed redness disappearing on my face, a smoother complexion. My skin definitely is more plump and more glowing, as people have been saying. And even though I don't have many wrinkles, I did notice a wrinkle right here on my forehead disappearing. So I am definitely taking this for preventative because I don't want to age.
So I think you meant to say before that your friend is she younger than you and she didn't get carded, but you did? Isn't that what you meant? That
Yes.
you got carded, not her, even though you're a little bit older than she is. Yeah. Well, that's good. We all love that. Right. Fantastic. So had you noticed a difference between this skincare system and the last skincare system that ASEA had? Because ASEA had another system.
Yes.
But I don't know about you, but I noticed a huge improvement between, I mean, that system was good. It was fine. Nothing blew me out of the water, but this system, literally, I didn't expect anything. And when I started using it, I don't know how you felt. I was like, what's in this stuff? What's in this stuff? Right?
Yes. Yeah, and I'm not wearing any makeup now. So even though we're on Zoom, I just can tell you that I don't wear makeup usually throughout the day. And compared to the old one, I mean, it's very fresh and it's very light. I love the foam that you only really need a pump, maybe a pump and a half of the foam. So you get a lot more out of it. And then the toner is very nice addition as well. And I just feel like my skin's super clean afterwards. And it is helping, I think, because I am acne prone as well. And I haven't gotten any breakouts this week. So I'm happy about that. And then I do like the serum. I definitely feel like that's where like the plumpness comes into. And then I love the moisturizer, how it's super light. I've used other moisturizers and from other companies, and some of them can be very heavy and feel like, I don't know, kind of weighs on your face. And I feel like I'm more oily prone. And so it doesn't make my face oily and just very light and airy. And I like it a lot. So.
What do you think about that pump delivery system and the moisturizer where you just push it down and a little bit of moisturizer comes out the hole in the middle, so you're not contaminating the whole bucket when you go to use the moisturizer, right?
Right, exactly. So that's a very nice addition that they use as well. And again, only 2 pumps I use and it covers my whole face and neck and so forth. So I love it. I think it's great.
Oh, excellent. Well, you look great. You look great. Alana, what about you? I know that you've been using this skincare line for a while. Tell us why you love it.
Well, I was never a skincare person, and I have Irish fair skin and very sensitive, acne prone for the slightest thing. So I was a little hesitant to start using it while at the conference. And so I started it on Monday when I got back home, and I fell in love immediately. I am the person who, if I wear makeup, sometimes I'll fall asleep in it. And I still do not get any acne because when I clean with this and it just cleans. And I find that I don't like to wear makeup. I mean, I'm running my daughter around all over the place and I'm over 50 and I feel my skin is softer. That was like the first thing I noticed, is that it just felt soft again. I didn't feel all, 50 plus. I'm 52. I just turned 52 this year. And my daughter looked at me and she says, Mom, you're going to start looking like my sister. And I said, oh, you're just saying that. She goes, no, I can tell your face looks better. I have scars on my face from a car accident. So I've had a decrease in the redness and the furrowing here and also here. And then just the discolorations that I generally have. So I actually didn't put on makeup for this. I was going to, but then I thought, no, I want to look how I normally look, and so that people could see. And there's not a step that I don't love. And I love going and doing my routine morning and night. It's my time. It's to step away from me, kids. This is my time. And my husband looks at me and he says, what are you doing? Well, why am I not doing that? And I said, oh, how about it, honey? So I think he's starting to get into it now, and he's starting to like that pampering. And that's really, it smells so good. It feels so good. And I think I think it looks much better.
Absolutely. And, one of the things we should mention is that fragrance free, even though you say it smells good, that what you're smelling is the actual ingredients. You're not smelling fragrances that they added, right? And it seems to be like, I know if you get a tattoo, they always say, add, wash this or maintain this with things that have absolutely no fragrance. So I don't know what it is about fragrances, but it seems to be one of the things that really good skincare is putting on their line, like really good food is saying no GMO, no preservatives, no this, no that. It's as much of what's not in it as what is in it, right?
Absolutely. I'm too sensitive to use a lot of products. I used to just clean with vinegar and baking soda. So I have no fragrance. And so this, for me, I was really cautious when I went into it. And I start out with just the cleanser, and then I added in the other steps. And I was thrilled because I had not one breakout, and I break out fairly easily. I've had nothing with it. So I was just ecstatic that I could use it all the way through and not question it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do it twice a day, it sounds like.
Yes, I do.
So you do your routine twice a day. We should ask the rest of the guys on the panel how many times a day you're doing it. I'm just currently doing it once a day. So, and we've been painting the house, so it depends if I even get to washing my face, but it's definitely a ritual that I enjoy doing. And after I do it, I'm like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this earlier? Feels so good. So thanks, Alana.
Nice.
Hey,
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let's go over to you. Why do you love this incredible skincare line?
Well, there's so many things to love, and I relate to what Ilana and Michael and Jackie already said, and what you said too. We had a great skincare system. This one is very scientifically researched and produced. It's safe for everyone because they've used natural phyto ingredients that are a natural exfoliator, natural retinol. So see, if you use chemicals, it's not safe for everyone. Like Alana mentioned, she's very sensitive, and I have sensitive skin too. It's safe for young people. And like Jackie mentioned, the younger you start, the better your skin is going to look when you're in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. And I, as well, have had a lot of skin problems over the years, starting when I was 13. Now, since I've been on Redox and this wonderful skincare system, I have no skin problems and I only wear powder. I do wear some eye makeup and a little bit of lip gloss, but just powder. And I'm even starting to think now with this new system that I really like my skin better before I put the powder on. But one thing I want to mention, and I do take a look at it after every ingredient, like you said, Cindy, and I thought, oh, at first I thought, why do we need a toner? But that step I've learned is very critical because that will bring the pH of your skin back into balance after you wash it. And then the other products you use after that will work better if your skin is in balance. The other thing I want to say, I think the reason why we like the way our skin looks with the toner is that it improves the microbiome, which is really important because you want to have that. It does something to help the barrier, and that's the purpose of our skin, is to provide a barrier so the outside environmental toxins will not get into your body. But that also makes your skin beautiful. One other thing, the sea fennel in the hydrating cream. So what you would think is, the hydrating cream is, well, it's going to moisturize my skin. Well, it's also exfoliating. So isn't that interesting? And there's kind of some crossover that I see between all of the ingredients, and then they all are synergistic to work together to smooth, to firm, to exfoliate, to radiate, or I should say, cause your skin to be radiant. And it's hard to really put your finger on it when you say it glows. It's not oily. It glows. It's from the inside. It gets that rosy look. But it's really important to use Renew 28 if you have an oilier complexion, and you use it right after you use the toner, then the Renew 28. And then the serum does have niacinamide, which activates your signaling cells that are in your skin cells already, the signaling molecules. So you're adding redox signaling molecules, and then you're putting on the serum to activate it. So it all works together. It's really genius. It's really a genius system.
Well, and we can look at the FAQ sheets and, and the fact sheets and, look at every single ingredient, which is like got 19 syllables long, and try to understand all this stuff. I decided, you know what? We've been with ASEA for a long time, as you have been, and we know that ASEA is a cellular health company. And so it's not a beauty company. It's not just putting stuff on our largest organ, which is our skin, haphazardly to make us look better. I mean, I always say, well, who cares how you look if you end up, getting sick? I mean, from the ingredients that's in your healthcare, that's in your skincare, you got to be really careful what you put on your skin, because what you put on your skin is going to be absorbed into your bloodstream. So I just know, I just could feel that my skin was healthier, my skin was happier. And, I know that if I look through the fact sheet, I'll see the reasons why I'm getting those kinds of results. But I think that it's so key that ASEA is a cellular health company. And the reason that our skin looks good is because our cells are getting healthier, and our cells are actually working the way they should be working. And so our skin cells express themselves beautifully, as opposed to just tweaking our cells to look a certain way because that's the trend on Instagram or whatever, right?
Right. And I think you bring up a good point. We can trust ASEA because of our past experience. We can just trust them. They're going to produce a product that's effective and that's safe for us. But I think, true beauty, it reflects health. So you might plump up your lips or plump up your face, but it's not necessarily beautiful. Like when you go around and people are like, oh, your skin is beautiful, they're seeing something there that is not just about pretty lipstick or, or whatever. It's a reflection of your health. when you really see that beauty. And that's what we get with the Sia.
Absolutely. Now, Nancy, are you using the skincare system twice a day or once a day, or does it depend on the day or?
Twice. I've always had to take good care of my skin because I've had skin problems. So I've been in a very good habit twice a day, every day, sometimes more because when I work out and I shower in the middle of the day, then I do it again.
And you do the whole system?
Not always the whole system, but I do the Renew 28 for sure, 2 or 3 times a day, and the whole system at least twice a day.
There you go. And Bo, you want to throw in your 2 cents? I know that you're using part of the system, especially on the days that you shave. You want to tell us what you're doing?
Yeah, I think I'm just used, I've always, after I shaved, I'd always just use the Renew 28 and then whatever moisturizer we had, et cetera. So I kind of start with the Renew 28. I don't know why I don't jump into the cleanser and the toner, but I start with the Renew 28, go to the serum, go to the moisturizer. I think what everybody said that's most impactful to me is that it's not oily or greasy, the moisturizer. You put it on and it just right into your skin. And I immediately feel just how soft it is, very smooth. And also you don't, after a while during the day, it doesn't feel like your face is drying up a little bit. And it just seems to keep the moisture, keeps it hydrating. And I mean, that's what I've found most. And actually with you, Cindy, you can be the subject on the screen here, but Cindy used to, we're getting up there, and some of her wrinkles were starting to hang out a while, and they've really plumped up and filled in. And even her smile lines used to be kind of, they poignant, whatever, you could see them pretty easily. And now I only see them when Cindy smiles. And she's only been doing it for like 3 weeks or something. And she's got dimples, and she used to have little wrinkles where the dimples were. And now she doesn't have wrinkles there until she smiles. And now she's got dimples. So, I mean, really pretty amazing after just a few weeks.
Yeah, well, it's funny because, I don't know if, I think it was Alana that said people, or maybe it was Michael that came up that said that people have come up to her and said, "Oh my gosh, you look great. What are you doing? Your skin looks so good." Maybe all of you have had that comment. Maybe people have said that to all of you, but yeah, it's wonderful. We're in attraction marketing. It's wonderful when people ask us a question about, our skin. It opens a conversation about what we have to share, right?
Hey, Cindy, can I put in something real quick too?
Sure.
One of the things that was really important to me is my daughter is definitely allergic to nut products. And when we were at convention, I specifically went up and talked to the chemist that was there. And because nowhere in print is it in print. And I said, you might want to put it in print, or just a suggestion. But so many of your skincare products, your hair care products, all of that, so many of them have like macadamia nut oil, they have almond oil. And so I was so afraid that when they were reformulating it, because I knew the old one didn't have it. She reassured me, she looked it up, she pulled out the book, everything. There was like 3 of them working on it just to make sure. And so for those of you that might have somebody out there that asks you, well, does this have nut products in it? It does not. So that was huge and fabulous for many, many people out there.
Wow. I've never even thought about having people with nut allergies having problems with having to be very specific with the skin care technology.
Skin care, hair care, all of it. So it was great to know that was not doesn't have any kind of nut oil or anything in it. So that's wonderful.
What's your favorite product, Michael? If you had to pick one, and let's just call it 5. You got the Renew 28 stuck in there after the toner. So you got the cleanser, the toner, the Renew 28, the serum, and the moisturizer. If you had to pick one, which one would you pick?
Well, if I have to pick one, I would say probably the serum.
Yeah, there you
but
go.
I really like the foam cleanser too.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Jackie, if you had to pick one out of the 5 parts of the system, what's your favorite part of the system?
I think the cleanser, because it is like whipped cream on your face, but it's just, my face feels so clean afterwards. And I have to use it twice a day on my face because when I wake up, I have a lot of oil on my face when I first wake up. So I just feel super clean just after step one.
There you go. Nancy, if you had to pick one of the 5 parts, which would you pick as your favorite?
Well, I'm gonna say, longstanding favorite is Renew 28 because that changed my skin. But I'm getting very attached to the toner, which I didn't think I would. But there's something about that toner, it's special.
Yeah, I hear you. Alana, what about you? What's your favorite number 1 product?
Well, that's not fair, really.
I know, it's a system. It's not fair, but just
But-
fun.
Because I used Renew 28 outside of the system, I'm actually not going to count that one because that is my favorite. But from the actual skincare set, I would have to go with the cleanser because it feels so good using it. But just because that gives you the foundation for whatever you are going to put onto your face after. So I'd have to go with that one just to be on the safe side. I don't want that one taken from me.
I hear you. I hear you. And it's tough, isn't it? Because I mean, the toner, I mean, they're all so good, right? You put the cleanser on and you're like, oh my gosh, it feels so great. And then you put the toner on, you think, oh my gosh, I'm alive. Then you put the Renew 28 and you're like, okay, no wrinkles now. It'll tighten me right up, right? And then the serum, like, oh my gosh, look at this, I'm glowing. And then you seal it all up with a moisturizer. There we go, So, but I don't know. I would have to, I think the serum, I think I'd have to go with the serum. Bo, what about you? I know you've used the complete system once or twice. What's your favorite?
Oh, well, I think I'm gonna have to try the cleanser a little more with everybody's high accolades here, but gosh, since I just the Renew 28, I agree with Alana. We're basically putting that over here because we've been using it for years and years. So, I mean, of what I use, the moisturizer, just the hydrating cream.
Yeah. Yeah. And the woman that did the interview with the formulator, she said that her product by far, that her favorite was the moisturizer. So maybe you just gravitate to what you actually need. So, well, let's, Michael, has anybody come up to you and actually noticed your skin and said, have you used it long enough or people are starting to ask what you're doing on your face?
Yeah, so I'm not out and about as much as I'd like to be, and being at home with my other issues going on. But yeah, when I'm out and about, every once in a while I'll have somebody in the store or something, if you're sitting there at the cash register or something like that, somebody might say, oh, you're what do you use on your skin? It looks really nice, or you look like you're glowing today, that kind of thing. So I'm anxious to when I get out and about again, that we'll see what happens then.
Jackie, are you out and about? Have people started noticing your skin?
Not yet, although I did have someone on Facebook message me saying that she might have to try it soon. So like I showed a couple before and after pictures, and I think that really helps out when you're trying to show this off to people. So
good for you. So you were disciplined enough to take before pictures and after pictures. How often are you documenting your progress?
I'll do it. I'll do it probably like 30 days into it, 60 days, 90 days, and start seeing the differences.
There you go. There you go. Nancy, has anybody noticed a difference in your skin since you started using the system?
Well, people comment on my skin all the time because I'm quite a bit older than everybody on here. And I am, what I'm going to start to do, and it would be easy to do, is to invite a few people over to your house. And I have some friends that I know that are going to do this. And then I'm going to put on a Zoom for them. But they're going to get Renew 28 samples and they'll be able to try the whole skincare routine and then also try the cell performance samples of that while we're talking about skincare. And it'll just be a fun, casual girl party. So I think that's a good way to get the word out.
There you go. And when you're sampling all of the products, the whole system to people that, a variety of people, everything is delivered in a way where your stuff's not going to get contaminated. So if you were going to have a skincare gathering, you don't have to worry about other people's germs getting in your stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah. because the foaming, the cleanser spritzes out into your hand, and so does the toner, shakes out into your hand. And the Renu 28, I mean, you can obviously give out samples. The serum also comes out of a little hole, so you're not reaching in to get that. And the moisturizer just pumps out of the little hole in the middle of the thing. So yeah, great idea.
And when I have sampled it to people, I've done on the back of their hand. You know, I'll have them do the whole system on one hand and then compare their hands. And then keep in mind that with continued use, your skin is just going to improve by leaps and bounds in a very short time.
There you go. So if you have people over and they have makeup on or whatever, you don't have to have them, you know, wash their whole face. You can just do it on the back of their hand. Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Alana? Have people, well, you're obviously, it was you that said your husband's starting to notice what you're doing. Is he going to start using your skincare system?
He does. I have because I use the face wash in the shower, and then I grab it with me for nighttime. But yeah, because I use it on my décolletage, and I use it on my arms because I've had some issues with certain skin things on my arms. So I use it on there as well in my hands. And yeah, I think people don't realize how old I am or how young I am. So yeah, it's my friends notice, and my husband and my daughter, my stepdaughter noticed as well. And she has a lot of acne. And so she gets, you know, she's red and everything like that. So we're talking to her mom about getting her a set as well to try. So, but yeah, the family is noticing. I'm around the family a lot. So
There you go. So whether you're in the young age bracket and you're just starting to invest in your skin, because it is an investment. It's not, you know, it's not just like stuff you buy off the drugstore shelves, but it is an investment in your long-term care of your billboard, which is your face, right? So whether you're in the younger category or the middle category or the older category, it can benefit everybody, right? And it's safe for everybody, whether you have sensitive skin or whether you have pretty rugged skin. It's safe whether you're a man or a woman. So yeah, I'm absolutely in love with the skincare system. So we're at the bottom of the half hour, and I am so glad that you guys all joined us tonight and shared your thoughts. Thank you so much. I'm sure this is going to help people out there. And I know that there's people in other countries that are waiting to be able to get their hands on this new skincare system, as it's just in the United States, and then NSF, not for resale or NFR in Australia, New Zealand, and in Canada.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We'll wrap it up, and yeah, keep up. We'll have to do an update in like a month and see how everybody's looking, see if there's any skin improvements as time goes on. So thanks so much, everybody. Good night.
Thank
you.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.